It's good. Looking fine, looking nice. That's what it's all about. I don't know. I need to cut my hair. That's a cold open if I've ever seen one. Anyways, what is going on? Welcome. I did not write down the topics this week, so we're going to have a bit of a ramble here on our hands. That's because I didn't feel like it. Nor do I feel like doing anything really. I'll update you on the basics of what's going on. Basically, it seems like I'm going to have another quite large work project coming in. So after much consideration, I'm not going to do any more marketing this half of the year. Which, to be honest, I did not do any marketing this half of the year, so, I don't know, take that as you will. But this is looking weird for some reason. I don't know. Whatever, I don't care to look at it too deeply. Basically, I decided that, and if there isn't the big job, then I'm just gonna take a break. You might be asking, what do you mean take a break? Aren't you the guy who really likes to do nothing but this? What happened to being one-minded and focusing on only one thing at the same time? That's a great question. What am I focusing on? I just finished school, so the exams are over, I think this week. I'm thinking, yes, I did do it this week. And I think I mentioned something last week about how I'm not saying if they go well or not, and they did go well. They were surprisingly easy. Physics I was kind of scared of because I hadn't practiced it in a while, but the questions weren't that hard, so it ended up being fine. Anyways, to get back to what I was talking about, that ended, so I no longer have that as a responsibility. I have my final Swedish course in the university, almost done. I might finish it off today if possible, if at all possible. Might not be possible, so I'll just do the last things that have to be done before the exams, and the exams are online, so they should be fine too. And basically what I'm saying is I basically have nothing to do, and I have decided that with that free time that I have gained for myself, I'm gonna learn French. I've decided on 45 days. That's when school ends, or I graduate pretty much, because even though I'm done with the exams, there's technically school, which I don't go to. You just wait until school is over, the school year is over, which I think is odd. Why is that? I think it's, well, I mean, obviously, it's to, have enough time for people to grade your essays and shit, but I don't know. Mysterious. Think about that shit. Yeah, so that means everyone basically who is my age in high school has just free time for now. And since I've decided to not do more work, I have other reasons too. I think I mostly explored them in the last video, or not. I could have just totally just not talked about it at all. Totally possible. But I don't really care right now. So I don't know, deal with it. Use context clues if you care that much. I decided that it would be interesting to just learn a language, because it's always been an interest of mine. It's always been something I'd be very interested in, learning a language. But I didn't care about Swedish, which is what we are taught in school by the government of the Finns. The Finnish government has us learn Swedish, which is a good introduction to learning languages, since it's a Germanic language and it's quite easy. But is it fun? No. Do you get any advantages by learning Swedish? No. Every single Swedish person knows English. Um, you get literally nothing. I get some swag points when you go to Sweden, but like, little bro, who is going to Sweden? I'm sorry, I was mean. What I meant to say is, I don't know. Most people just don't care about Swedish because it's kind of hard. So, yeah, I don't know. It is what it is. But basically, I wanted something else, and I thought about it, and I do like the French aesthetic. That might be weird, to kind of weird thing to say, but I think French buildings are nice. I've only seen fucking pictures of Paris, but like, the pictures look nice. Um, more than that, it looks cool. Yeah, these are my high level reasons for this shit. No, I was gonna pick German, but I thought at a little while after thinking a lot, I went through more thinking, and came to the realization that German is first of all a bit more difficult than French. And second of all, I just don't like German media. I don't like a single German song. I don't like a single German show. There's nothing in Germany that I would like to watch. They made like the drug money fucking show on Netflix. I watched like an episode of that, which was cool. But like, realistically, I'm not too interested. Plus, French has more speakers. French has more. I don't know. I just like it more. It's easier. I like it more. More speakers, more places you can speak it. I just think it's quite clearly. And it's yeah. I don't know. After that, I was just like, it's just better to learn it. My other option was Spanish, but I don't know if I would ever even be interested in going to a Spanish speaking country. I might be like, why? What's wrong with fucking Spanish speaking countries? I don't know. There's nothing wrong with them, but they just don't feel modern in the way that the French do. I don't know. I'm just not that interested. Like, Spanish has a lot more speakers, but like, most of the places just don't seem interesting. The language doesn't seem interesting. I mean, the music is interesting, but like, is that all? That's the reason? I don't know. I just don't like Spanish for some reason. I guess because everyone around me, like, there's a native, or I guess native level, Spanish speaker lives close to us. And my sister and my mom really like learning Spanish. I'm like, I don't know. It just cringes me out. Don't take it as you will. So I decided that French was for me. I don't know. I spent most of this video talking about why I decided to learn French, but I guess that's what this is about. No. So like, I don't know. Deal with it. So, anyways, I also learned a lot about language learning. I wouldn't say a lot. I basically knew already what I had to know. But about the levels of language, how long it takes to level up, all that stuff. So I'm gonna be pushing up my routine. At first I was gonna start it on the 15th, but I already started it. I started on a really easy note, but just doing my flashcards. But then the next day I did a few hours of learning while watching some television, mostly children's shows at the start, at least. And basically, how should I say it? I'm learning based on the show. That makes sense, no? The show has words. I use French subtitles, and I learn from that. Reading the words, hearing the words, I try to understand as much as possible. Every day I feel myself getting better. Like I genuinely feel it, which is very odd. It feels so weird. I'm like being dragged towards the correct solutions. So I don't know, maybe I'm a language genius, who knows? But at the same time, I'm watching the same show. Like I'm watching a children's show, which every time I think I understand it, I just don't. There's even more that I just don't understand. And just keeps going. Feels like every day I'm improving by so much. I'm like, holy shit, I didn't even realize all this was like in here. Like I'm understanding so much more. And at the very same time, it feels like there's so much more to understand. Like it's a very odd it's a very odd feeling. I'm improving, but I'm just understanding more, which feels weird because I feel like I should understand. Not understand, but like I mostly comprehend what is going on. Like I can, even when I did not understand pretty much anything about the show, I could comprehend what was going on with just the visuals and a few words that I could pick out. Now, I'm learning more and more of the words, more and more of the sentence structures, and that's making me learn what they're actually saying. But it feels like I keep going down lower. I keep having to understand more, and it's a very odd feeling. I doubt I will ever learn another language. Mostly because I don't have time. It's not that this isn't that fun, but it's quite rewarding. I'm scared that I'm gonna stop improving soon. I doubt it for now, at least. Because I'm watching a children's show and it feels like I'm going so deep. There are so many words I don't know, so many structures. There isn't enough context. I can't even get all the context, and then there's the next level of like deeply understanding the word to the point that I don't have to translate it in my head anymore. And all of these things are like in a even in a very basic children's show are like difficult to grasp. So I know I'll see. Do I think during even up to next week I'm still gonna be watching a children's show? I think yes, because I'm somewhere between A2 and B1 in Swedish, and in that I can understand about 80% of what they're saying without subtitles. Right now I understand about, let's say, 60% with subtitles. So I think every day I'm getting like 10% more with subtitles or something like that. And yeah, so in realistically or not realistically, unrealistically, I guess, I would be improving at like 10% a day. So in a few days, 3 days, 2 days, something like that, I would understand 90% of what they're saying. And that would mean I would have a much better time using context clues because I would just have all the context. And I wouldn't have to focus so much on understanding each word. So probably that. Then I don't think I'm ever gonna turn off subtitles. If it gets to the point that I'm just learning singular words, I am going to switch to a more difficult thing. But I think that'll happen in like 2 weeks, something like that. because at some point I do want to learn how to understand real shows and real YouTube videos, stuff like that. But for that, I do need to be better. So I expect like a week and a half of children's shows, something like that. Or probably a week. I think a week. The next video, I think I will probably be done with children's shows. Or not. I'm not sure. I'm not sure how much I can learn. Like I said, I'm going all in, which means I'm gonna be doing more and more hours. Yesterday I did 4. The day before that I did probably 5. Today I've already done like 5. Probably gonna do another two or so. Just focusing on getting as much input as possible. I'm lying, by the way. What the fuck? I watched an hour today plus an hour 30. So 2 hours 30 minutes plus, let's say, an hour 20 on flashcards, plus maybe 20 minutes singing songs, which is also something I do. So that makes it, s'il vous plaît, 4, little over 4 hours. But yeah, I'm gonna punch into another 2 hours or something like that. And yeah, try to focus on getting to the 6 hours, 7 hours a day of comprehension. Trying to do focus time of understanding the show. It's very interesting how the brain works for you to be able to learn a language. But alas, that's what it's all about. I genuinely have no idea how I learned English, by the way. I know it's just me watching videos, but like, did I really just watch random videos and just learn it? I don't know. I don't know. It's so interesting. I saw a few videos. Basically, I think the consensus is about 500 hours of learning, which can be any kind of input or output, I guess. Input or output is 500 hours is enough to be about B1. So that's my goal. I want to be able to just watch French shows or simple podcasts and just understand most of it. That's going to require a lot more words than I'm going to learn. Currently, I'm on the road to learning 1.2 thousand words. I'm definitely going to need more than that. But I don't know if I want to do flashcards for all of that, because that doesn't really make sense. I'm also the flashcards at the same time are kind of I'm like learning the words before the flashcards of them come. So my flashcard segments, even though I'm doing more flashcards than I was at the beginning, they're becoming faster, because I'm just learning the words quicker, because I already mostly knew what it was from watching the show. So it's very interesting. I don't know. I'll see. Basically, it's a 45-day challenge. I'm focusing on completely just comprehension, understanding as much French as possible, to get to that level to watch shows and to listen to podcasts, listen to music, so I can start passively learning for the next few months. And eventually I would want to get to a B1 level where basically I understand everything and I can speak in simple ways. That's it. So yeah, 500 hours is the goal, I guess. I have no chance of doing 500 hours in 45 days. So I've decided to do about 5 or 6 hours a day. Try to do that every single day. Which sounds like a lot. Is a lot, but you're watching videos. So like at the end of the day, it ain't that hard. you aren't like struggling, dying there. Ugh. Fucking watching a 30-minute video. Oh my god, it's so hard. Like, I don't know. You can probably deal with it. I don't know. But yeah, I do believe in myself, which is interesting. I'm rambling a lot about this because I just kind of feel like I have a lot of thoughts on it. I do believe in myself, which I think is interesting. Because I watched a few videos of people doing 30-day challenges, learning French in 30 days, or other languages in 30 days, and it's not easy. Let's just say that. They're clearly struggling to learn everything. They're also doing a lot, just a ton of input, 8-hour routine, stuff like that, and they have some base in the language, which eventually lands them at a B1 or B2 level. I don't have that. I have 15 extra days. That's what I have. Is that gonna make up for it? I really don't know. It's such a mystery. We're going to see if that does make up for it. If I can overcome the power of extra work and base knowledge with 15 days of practice. Other than that, I'm gonna go all in. Hopefully, I'm gonna do 8-hour days, 7 hours days, something like that. That's gonna be my routine. That's what I'm gonna be doing. All right. With that said, I don't know. There is a way to say bye bye. Oui oui. Bonjour. Salut salut. Salut. J'ai de internet. Something like that. All right. Peace. See you next week.